Hello friends, now we are going to see about the topics called Hive file format and Hive query language. Hive file format. The file format is in Hive specify how records are encoded in a file. There are three file formats, namely text file, sequential file and record columnar file, that is RC file. First we will see about the text file. The default file format is text file. In this format, each record is a line in the file. In this text file, different control characters are used as delimiters. The delimiters are octal A, octal B and then octal C. The term field is used when overriding the default delimiter. The supported text files are CSV and TSV. Additionally, JSON and XML documents too can be specified as a text file. Then sequential file. Sequential files are flat files that are stored binary key value pairs. It includes compression support, which reduces the CPU input-output requirement. Then record columnar file. Sequential files are Hadoop flat files which source values in binary key value pairs. The sequential files are in binary format and these files are able to split. The main advantages of using sequential file is to merge two or more files into one file. Create a sequential file by adding storage options as stored as a sequential file at the end of the Hive create table command. And then Hive query language. Hive query provides basic SQL-like operations. Here are few of the tasks which HQL can do easily. Create and manage tables and partitions, support various relational arithmetic and logical operators, evaluate functions, download the contents of a table to a local directory or result of queries to SDFS directory. First, we'll get into creating and dropping the database. In Hive, database is considered as the catalog or namespace of tables. So we can maintain multiple tables within a database where a unique name is assigned to each table. Hive also provides a default database with a name default. Here is the syntax in the example for creating and dropping the database. Create database name. Here the demo is the database name, and for deleting the database we need to use drop and database name. Here you could see the examples in the images. And then creating a table. Creating table demo.employee, and then they have used ID, name and salary. So for that we need to use data types for each and every column values. For example, ID must be in integer and name should be in string and salary should be in float value. Here you could see the results through these images. Here you could see the difference between the normal SQL and then HQL. Here in front of the table name we are using demo database name. So in normal SQL we will not use database name in front of the table name. And then loading the data. In normal SQL we will use the syntax called select star from table name. Here the syntax is slightly differ from a normal SQL. Here in front of the table name we have used demo, the database name. This is the syntax for loading the data in HQL. And then dropping the table. To delete the table we need to use drop table as we have used in the previous query called dropping the database. So the drop is the syntax for deleting the table or deleting the database. Here drop table and then table name. Here's the new employee is the table name, and then alter table. In Hive we can perform modifications in the existing table, like changing the table name, column name, commands, and table properties. It provides HQL like commands to alter the table, same as SQL commands we have used in HQL too. To alter the table, we need to use the syntax called alter table. Previous emp is the new name, okay. Previous name renaming to employee data. Employee data is the new table name, okay, instead of emp. Here is the syntax, and then we could see the solution for this query. And then in HQL we can perform arithmetic operations and some other operations we could see in the next slides. Here are some arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, and multiplication, and division, modulus, and or then bitwise, and then bitwise not operators are. And we could see one example in this arithmetic operators. Here let's see an example to increase the salary of each employee by 50. So the query is select ID, name, salary plus 50 from employee. Here we are using the arithmetic addition operation, addition operator in front of the value before the table name. Here you could see the solution through this image. Select ID, name, salary plus 50 from employee table. And then relational operators. There are a number of relational operators. In that we could see one example from that. Let's see an example to fetch the details of the employee having a salary greater than equal to 25,000. The query is select staff from an employee where salary greater than equal to 25,000, and we could see the results through this image. And then mathematical functions. Here I have displayed a number of mathematical functions. In that we will use one to understand this concept. Let's see an example to fetch the square root of each employee's salary. We are going to square rooting the employee's salary. The query is select ID, name, square root. In the square root we are going to square rooting the value called salary. So we are going to square rooting the salary. For that we need to use salary in the square root function, and we could see the results through this image. And then aggregate function. We have number of aggregate functions like count, sum, average, and minimum and maximum. In that we are going to see one example from this aggregate function. Let's see an example of to fetch the maximum salary of an employee. The query is select maximum from the salary from the table employee, and we could see the results through this image. Here only one person is getting maximum salary from the table, about 40,000. Then thank you. I hope you guys have understood the concepts. Thank you.